Welcome to G Fun Facts Online. Ever wondered why that package you ordered is taking forever to arrive? Or why your favorite snack is suddenly out of stock everywhere you look? The answer often lies hidden within a vast, invisible network that moves everything from your phone to the food on your plate, the global supply chain. For decades, this incredibly complex system has had a secret problem, a ghost in the machine that costs businesses billions and causes headaches for all of us. This is the story of the Great Unlock, the revolution that is forging the future of logistics by fixing the broken links in global trade. The modern supply chain is a marvel, a web of manufacturers, suppliers, shippers, and retailers spanning continents. But it's been performing like an orchestra, where every musician has a different sheet of music. This lack of coordination is called the Interoperability Challenge. In simple terms, interoperability is the ability of different companies, systems, and even machines to talk to each other, share information, and work together seamlessly. Imagine a supermarket where the moment you buy the last carton of milk, a signal is sent not just to the store's backroom, but directly to the dairy farm's production line and the company that makes the cartons. That's the promise of an interoperable supply chain. But for a long time, we've lived with the opposite, and the cost of this disconnection has been crippling. The biggest problem is something called data silos. These are isolated pockets of information, trapped inside the computer systems of individual companies or even different departments within the same company. When your data is siloed, it means the shipping department might be working with information that's hours or even days older than the information the sales team has. This lack of a single, shared source of truth creates chaos. It leads to manual data entry, where people have to type the same information into multiple different systems. This is not only slow, but it's a breeding ground for human error. A single typo can cascade through the system, leading to wrong orders, shipping delays, and inventory that doesn't match records. The financial toll is staggering. These inefficiencies lead to huge monetary costs, with some estimates suggesting that blind handoffs, where goods are transferred between parties without clear, continuous tracking, can account for up to 19% of total logistics costs. This lack of visibility is a huge blind spot. A shocking 45% of companies admit to having little to no visibility into their own supply chains, often only able to see as far as their immediate supplier. Without a clear view, it's impossible to accurately forecast demand. This leads to two expensive problems: either overstocking, which ties up money in goods sitting in a warehouse, or stockouts, which mean lost sales and unhappy customers. In fact, a surprising 73% of supply chain leaders still rely on outdated or manual methods for forecasting demand. Compounding the issue are legacy systems, outdated software and hardware that many companies still rely on. These systems were built for a different era and weren't designed to connect with modern technology, creating even more data silos. But the barriers aren't just technological. For decades, the business world has fostered a culture of competition, not collaboration. Companies have been reluctant to share data on their clients, delivery speeds, or rates, fearing it could give competitors an advantage. This lack of trust and fear of moving forward has been a major roadblock. But the tide is finally turning. A powerful convergence of technologies is shattering these old barriers, paving the way for a new era of seamless collaboration. Let's start with blockchain, the unbreakable chain of trust. At its heart, a blockchain is a decentralized, unchangeable digital ledger. For supply chains, this is revolutionary because it creates a single, shared source of truth that everyone involved can access and trust. Every time a product moves, from the farm to the factory to the store, it's recorded as a permanent transaction. This creates a perfect audit trail. For example, Walmart uses blockchain to trace the origin of its food. If there's a foodborne illness outbreak, they can now identify the source in seconds, a process that used to take days. Luxury brands like Louis Vuitton are using it to prove the authenticity of their high-end goods, fighting the multi-billion-dollar counterfeit market. Blockchain also enables smart contracts, self-executing contracts, where the terms are written directly into code. This can automate payments as soon as a delivery is confirmed, or automatically release goods from a port once customs paperwork is cleared, cutting out delays and intermediaries. Next, we have the Internet of Things, or IoT, which acts as the eyes and ears of the supply chain. IoT refers to the massive network of physical devices, from tiny sensors to entire vehicles, that are embedded with software and connected to the internet. In logistics, these IoT sensors can be placed on anything, from an individual package to a massive shipping container. They can monitor temperature, humidity, location, and even if a package has been dropped. This provides an unprecedented, real-time fire hose of data. If a shipment of vaccines or fresh food is exposed to temperatures outside its safe range, an IoT sensor can trigger an immediate alert, allowing for intervention to prevent spoilage. FedEx uses these sensors to give customers precise, real-time updates on their package's journey. This data also helps optimize everything. Real-time location data can be fed into routing software to find the fastest, most fuel-efficient delivery routes, dodging traffic jams and saving money. If IoT provides the data, artificial intelligence and machine learning, or AI and ML, provide the brains of the operation. AI algorithms can analyze the vast quantities of data from IoT sensors and other systems to spot patterns, predict the future, and make intelligent decisions. One of its most powerful uses is demand forecasting. By analyzing historical sales data, weather patterns, market trends, and even social media buzz, I can predict future demand with incredible accuracy. This is how Amazon knows to stock up on a particular item in a specific city, right before demand spikes. AI is also a master of route optimization, calculating the most efficient delivery routes by analyzing real-time traffic, weather, and delivery schedules. Inside warehouses, AI-powered robots are automating picking, packing, and sorting, increasing speed and reducing errors. Finally, none of this works without the digital glue that holds it all together: application programming interfaces, or APIs. APIs are essentially sets of rules that allow different software applications to communicate with each other. They are the digital messengers that enable seamless data exchange between totally different systems. When you place an order on a website, an API is what sends that order to the warehouse, which triggers another API to update the inventory system, which then calls another API to generate a shipping label with UPS or FedEx. This seamless, automated flow of information eliminates manual work, reduces errors, and dramatically speeds up the entire process. But for all this incredible tech to work on a global scale, everyone needs to speak the same language. This is where data standards come in. Standards provide a consistent format for data, ensuring it can be shared and understood across different organizations. One of the most important is GS1's EPCIS standard. It's a global framework for answering the what, where, when, and why of every event in a product's journey. By adopting standards like this, companies can finally break down their data silos and achieve true end-to-end visibility. Governments are also stepping in to promote these standards and invest in the digital infrastructure needed to support this new, interconnected supply chain. This revolution is already happening. We mentioned Walmart, but there are many others. The shipping giant Maersk and tech behemoth IBM collaborated to create TradeLens, a blockchain platform that digitizes and tracks shipments across the ocean. Ford is using blockchain to ensure the authenticity of its car parts. Amazon's mastery of AI and robotics in its fulfillment centers is a living testament to the power of these integrated systems. So what does the future look like? The journey is just beginning, but the destination is clear. We're heading towards a truly intelligent, autonomous supply chain. Imagine a world where self-driving trucks and drones, guided by AI, seamlessly transport goods from fully automated warehouses directly to our doors. Smart contracts will handle payments and paperwork automatically, and crucially, this technology will help us build a more sustainable world. With total visibility into a product's life cycle, from creation to disposal, we can better manage waste, promote recycling, and create a circular economy. Ultimately, this great unlocking is about more than just technology. It's a fundamental shift in mindset, from a culture of secrecy and competition to one of collaboration and transparency. The companies that embrace this new reality will be the ones who thrive in the 21st century. The promise is an era of unprecedented efficiency, resilience, and innovation in the silent, essential world of logistics and supply chains.